my feet, so that's why I did this presentation. So, oh, let me get rid of this here. Okay. Next. Okay, so direct to consumer. The direct to consumer or D2C or DTC in our case strategy is fast becoming a popular route for manufacturers and consumer packaged goods brands to enter the market directly instead of through the middleman. So it gets rid of the middleman and a lot of in-betweens, which cuts costs dramatically. So this approach offers many advantages for both the manufacturer and the consumer, which is really important. So while the direct-to-consumer industry is still relatively new, which it is evolving rapidly. Big name brands have already taken the leap with D2C, as it's anticipated that more manufacturers and brands will enter the market every year. So what is exactly direct-to-consumer? The direct-to-consumer industry is a business model in which manufacturers produce and sell products directly to consumers, bypassing the traditional retail store system. The direct-to-consumer industry has seen significant growth in recent years. I have a graph later that I will show you in the next slide. As more and more brands are choosing to cut out the middleman and sell their products directly to consumers. This really happened, I believe, over COVID and made the jump because of that. But D2C, going D2C is not easy for companies. It is imperative that you have a specific strategy in place to be heard and noticed by your target market. Rory and Tanya have everything in place here at Direct to Consumer, also known as DTCA. We are so fortunate to have such a visionary marketing guru leading us to success. Rory continues to look into the future and see what is going to take place beforehand. And it is so true. He always seems to know what's going to happen before it happens. So let's take the lead here. Going D2C has many advantages, with competitive pricing being a major benefactor for consumers. The direct relationship between manufacturers and the customers allows the D2C brands to control the entire consumer experience and have a better understanding of their customers' needs, wants, and preferences, which can then help improve their offerings and products. Direct to consumer versus wholesale. I'm going to show you the differences here and the main advantages. So D2C businesses have a direct relationship with their customers directly. The businesses can use the data they collect to create targeted marketing campaigns that are more likely to convert. We all want conversion rates, right? So D2C businesses can also build a brand that is more closely aligned with their values and mission. They can have more control over their inventory and can respond quickly to changes. They can also offer a better customer experience by providing more personalized service and attention. They can be more agile and innovative. They can scale more quickly and effectively since you are controlling all sides of the business. They have the potential to generate higher margins, no sharing profits with retailers or wholesalers, very important. The businesses can better protect the brand identity since there is more direct control over the marketing and branding. The D2C e-commerce sales, what are the consumer's expectations? So here you see a graph, and this is pretty recent because it's got 2003 on here. So I was really surprised that they had that information on here. This information goes from 2019, and you can see it hops up every year, and it's just going to keep building and building. So today's consumers expect to be able to go directly to the source when researching a variety of products or brands, or when making a purchase from a specific brand. Research shows that 59% of consumers prefer to do research directly on the manufacturer's website, and why more businesses are headed in this direction. Is D2C here to stay? Or is it a passing fad? The direct-to-consumer business model disrupts the traditional model entirely, with manufacturers cutting out the retail middleman, and selling straight to the end consumer. And when you combine this business model with Wine Club, well, success happens. Maybe we should be calling Rory the disruptor. I love that. I think I'm going to start calling him that. So there is a good amount of level of investment that going D2C entails, which leads to a few questions. Will consumers continue to flock to D2C companies as they have in recent years? Will the retail companies evolve and regain their footing? Who knows? Don't think so. As some retailers do evolve, can manufacturers continue to operate D2C, or at the very least, using a hybrid approach? So is D2C worth it in the long run? Let's find out now. So there's no denying that D2C companies are in the limelight right now. Between the success experienced by many companies, it seems like everywhere you turn, a new D2C company is popping up. Excuse me. The reason these companies are have experienced such success in recent years is that they're better able to cater to evolving needs of today's customer, which is providing more personalized and authentic service. So they know you're real. There's someone there all the time answering them. This desire on the consumer's part for more personalized and authentic engagements, which the brands they do business with, is definitely not a fad that is going to fade away soon. In reality, or the reality is, customer experience is becoming more and more important as time goes on, to the point that it will soon overtake price and product as a key factor that differentiates the brand from another. We all like branding. So who is your audience? A business can thrive using the DTC direct-to-consumer model now, tomorrow, and 10 years from now. I think DTC is here to stay. What do you think? So what is a wine club? Now I'm combining the two. Are wine clubs worth it? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about different wine clubs and what we have here. So let's review the differences. There are a few different kinds of wine clubs. Wine subscriptions from retail providers, wine memberships from wineries, and social clubs whose purpose is to explore or drink wine with a group of like-minded wine lovers or friends. Let's see. I think we do that on the Wine and Dine every Wednesday. So why join a wine club? The reason to join a wine club varies depending on the kind of wine club you're talking about. Join a retail wine club for the discovery, simplicity, convenience, access, and value. Join a winery club to get special discounts and access to new releases that may not be available more widely. And join a social wine club to learn about wine in an informal setting. So the discovery. Are you bored with grocery store selection? I don't think any of us shop at the grocery store anymore. Don't know about you, but I'm real spoiled. It's time to try the world of wine that isn't produced by massive companies. You just may find a new favorite wine. Simplicity. If you ever feel overwhelmed by the wall of wine in any local wine store or the unlimited selection from online wine shops, a wine club will pick for you. So no need to throw the dice wondering if it may be a good selection. How many times have we done that, right? Convenience. If you are too busy to learn about exciting new wineries, and we all have a busy life, some more than others, or to go pick them up at the wine store, make wine buying easier by having it delivered directly to your front door. Access. If you want access to small production wines from a boutique winery like ours, you can join a wine month of the club. Wine of the Month club that sources these wines. The value. Looking for members only pricing or everyday value? There are fewer middlemen involved in getting your wine to you with wine clubs than wine stores. So are wine clubs worth it? Yes, wine clubs can be worth it when you join the right wine club that is best for you. Wine clubs offer better value than buying at a local wine shop, a big box store, a grocery store, or an online retailer. And the value comes from several areas. Discounts below suggested retail price, a satisfaction guarantee, wine selection, and personalization. So wine prices from wine clubs are usually below suggested retail. Excuse me. Most local wine stores charge customers for full retail. Yeah, I know. That's never a deal. Some higher end wine stores charge a markup above suggested retail. They're just taking advantage of us. We all know it. So some of the main advantages of a wine club, wine subscriptions usually have large enough memberships that they get better prices on the same wines you might be able to purchase at a local wine shop. Here at DTCA, Direct-to-Consumer Ambassador, they work with independent winemakers to produce wine from Napa and Sonoma Valley, California. Contrary to the laws of economics, the biggest wine clubs don't always provide the best quality to price ratio. Here at DTCA, they think about value as opposed to strictly price. Oh goodness, this is down below. So wine clubs aren't limited to the selection a local wine store might sell. When shopping at a grocery store or a big box store, you're only getting access to wines produced in large volumes that aren't made right, with good distribution only. And we know they put additives in there, and I don't like that myself. I don't know about you. Some wine stores have a nearly unlimited selection, but it's hard to figure out which ones are good wines and good values. You shouldn't have to guess. Wine clubs can buy exactly how much wine they need to satisfy their membership and have extras for people who want to order more of what they love. How many can order a custom case here? Because we have extra. The wine selection from wine clubs is different from wines you're likely to find at the store near you. Some wine subscriptions are wineries who produce their own wine. Other wine subscriptions contract private label wineries to put their brand on it. An old school connoisseur will tell you that nothing beats forming a relationship with a clerk at your local wine shop, because he or she will always hook you up. Maybe, but that's idealistic. Wine clerks aren't always friendly. Got that right. They may not remember you until you bought a lot of wine from them and they haven't tried every wine in the store. And most importantly, they may not share your wine preferences. And they may also not be there anymore. So you can't really count on that. Some wine clubs put an emphasis on helping you learn about wine. Where have I heard that? So when you buy wine at a store, online or at a brick or mortar store, you might get access to the winemaker's limited tasting notes. While the best place to learn about any given wine is at a winery or the winery's website, the second best place is from a wine club that values wine education. Wine clubs, on the other hand, will keep the customer satisfied and work with their customers. If you don't like the wine they sent, no problem. Contact them and let them know. They'll promptly send you something you'll hopefully like more, or send it out with your next scheduled shipment. Here at DTCA, we consider ourselves a wine discovery club, providing ongoing education, wine tasting notes, live Zoom training, and live online cooking show, and a wide online cooking show that pairs meals with selected fine wines. Not only do you receive wine knowledge and education, but it's loads of fun to be involved and share recipes. How to get more value out of a wine club? Just add the binary option. Not only can you be a customer, oh my goodness, sorry, here at DTCA, but you can also refer customers or members and receive commissions for doing so. DTCA also offers free wine, which tastes better. Just refer 3 customers and your monthly wine is free. Just pay the shipping cost. If you refer 1 customer, every 3rd month your wine is free. If you refer 2 customers, every 2nd month your wine is free. And once you get 3 customers, you receive free wine every month. You just pay the shipping. The compensation plan has many different ways to earn life-changing income. So touch base with the person who sent you an invitation to this wonderful world of wine discovery, and they will give you all the details. So D2C paired with fine wines equals success. What a brilliant combination. Thank you, Rory and Tanya Rickard, for your continued support. And I went through that pretty quick. Okay, so wonderful. So I'm going to stop sharing.
This was awesome. Awesome, Shar. And I gotta say, I actually want her to do next Monday with that presentation. So I want you to.
I have a hard time hyperventilating, so I'm not sure.
No, I really want you to do an explanation of that again on Monday. I really do.
Okay.
And then you can go in the comp plan too on Monday.
Oh, okay.
So you get it out, and you guys.
Rory, don't stress her out. You did amazing.
That was awesome. No, I want her to do it again Monday. Shar, you can do it again Monday. Everybody needs to hear this.
How about if you do the slideshow? I'm kidding. I'll do it.
I'll help you with the comp plan on Monday if you want. You can do
okay, that'd be great. We'll tag team.
And we have a little bit of time here. I'm going to go over just a couple of things on the DTC comp plan. You guys, we're getting this education thing rolled out, and that's going to be a big task. So, and Niall, you brought up that sell what's on the truck, which is freaking impressive on how we do things. But we want to sell what's on the truck. We're going to pretty soon have pre-entries for that, so we can sign up teachers and we can explain the program. We're going to get all the groundwork done so we can start launching that out there. And then classes will start like August 1. And so we've got months to ramp it up, but it's going to go by quick. So just keep aware of that. We're doing all that stuff. Also, the way that the Vortex works, I need everybody starting Monday, if not sooner, if you haven't already done it, make sure you're entering in any positive responder from the V marketing into your Vortex. And I might want to show you what I mean by that. Let's see. We'll see how the internet's going to be faring. It's been a little bit of a challenge. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. So everybody that has the Vortex system in your back office, you'll have you have the hamburger, as we call it, that comes up, and that hamburger's got FMS Vortex links and then the CM, and the links is where we put our links in. And I want to just walk you guys through that. But then here's the contact manager, and there's a lot of things being done in the back office of this. It's so freaking fun. And Peter's just been slamming on it. And so yesterday, let's see if it pulls this up. So these are all the different campaigns that we're running, but everything is going to start with wine. So we're going to hit them with wine because it's going to show the presentation, just hits them on stuff, and then later we're going to hit them with just different things, just dripping on them, right? So medical devices, this is the Viva Watch. This is, or what do you want to call it? The Hilo Watch, that program. That's what this is. And so we're going to start hitting them in the new sequence when that's ready. And right now that's not going, but it will go. And it's going to send everybody to your medical device page. So all these pages need to be in place in your system at some point. We're going to really put a lot of emphasis on it between now and the end of February to have these pages done. Valentine's Day is coming up. We're kind of behind it really, but we're going to get everything ready. These are things we're working on every year, right? And there's our Dream Bigger pages. But all of this right here is programmed under your FMS Vortex links. So once you pay for the Vortex system, whether you're on the add-on system for $15 or you're on the full version for the $59.95, once you sign up for that, these become available. And as long as it's active, these are all available. So we come here, and I'm gonna go here to the websites, the Vortex links. The links is where I actually program the links, and I can make new ones all the time. Like we can create new ones. And the ones that we create will have this in there: link 3, link 144, link 143. These are my individual ones for additional pages. And then I use these in other areas of marketing, or I can create a QR code or whatever else. But the ones that are like here, PBS Wine, PBS Bella Vita, PBS Medical, these are our actual pages, right? That we're using. And so like PBS Wine, I'll hit edit, and I need to put it in here anyway. HTTPS : and then mine's rory3.com. And this is Fine Wines, right? So I'm going to copy this so I have it all the time. It's Fine Wines, right? And I'll save. And if it says please click edit, it means you don't have yours in there yet. And I save this till now. You know, these are the ones you need to get done. The PBS Bella Vita page, I'm using my biohacking page. You might have a different page you want to use. You get to control that. Most of us, because of the way we do the marketing with the images and everything else, we try to keep it standard, but biohacking is my main one. And then I'm gonna go down to PBS, which is, it's / PBS, right? So I'll hit edit. And this has all the tracking, everything, so we can locate where they come from. It's really, this was the main reason this even started, but now we're just doing everything with it. So medical, and mine's medical devices. So if I go to rory3.com, I'm going to go to my health and fitness, and this medical device, right, we're going to be changing it. Do I have it in here? That was right there. So it's the Vivo Token Mining Watch. That's the actual link I'm using on this. And I think I was working on those keywords. A lot of them we use medical devices, but whatever one you're using, that's what you want to put in there. And it's really important you guys understand this. So when we're doing the vortex process, there's so much that goes into behind the scenes and how this is following up and everything else. But if you don't have a link in here, your page isn't done. When the campaign runs, it'll go to your instructor. It goes up. So you want to make sure you get these all done. And this is the brain one. So this is my PBS brain food. And that's just going to be brain. I can double check it. It's good to double check your links. There we go. And I'm going to go down here, and we made this so versatile because some of us have different pages that we're running that we want to feature, and that's fine. We just put them in there. So here's protection, and now protection, I'm going to go see if I even have protection even built yet. I do. It's not built yet, but that's the page. So I created one. I'm going to get that done. Our protection services aren't online yet, but it's a really good idea to get your link done. But I'm not running anything on this till we're ready, but it's good to have it done. Waiting. So I'll go back to links. Apologize, our internet here has not been the best, but it's way better than it was. Okay, edit. There we go. And like holidays, I'm pretty sure I have holiday pages, but I'm gonna come here anyway, and I'm gonna do search. Let's search for holidays. So I got gifts for the holidays. I probably have several other pages in here too, right? Yeah, I do. So I just choose which one I want to run. So 5 awesome gift baskets or gifts for holidays and other occasions. So I'll click on this right here. Right there. So that's the link. I'm going to use that one. I have several holiday pages, for instance. So I'm going to use that one. I had to scroll up to find it because of where it's at. There we go. I'm going to save. Then I have, so it's a holiday page, right? I got Valentine's, and I don't know if I have a Valentine's page. So I'm going to go check. And just to show you what I'm going to do, I need a Valentine's page. If I don't have one, I need to create one, right? So I have one. I created a placeholder. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to add that to the vortex. I had to scroll up to find it. So if you see it blank, you just got to scroll up. But there's Valentine's and Mother's Day. So let's see if I have a Mother's Day page. I'll type mothers and see what comes up. Nope. So I need to make a Mother's Day one. So I'm going to go new page. I'm just going to create a placeholder. All right. Now, especially if you already have Google AdSense, creating a placeholder is awesome. You can just do it as a page. You'll build it. If you don't have Google AdSense, make it a draft and just get it done. Do it right. Like, especially especially if you're in the application stage of Google AdSense. So this is a page type. That's what I want to see. This is, you guys can see my internet's slow. At least we're connected. I'll come back on that, and it's going to be Mother's Day, so I can go ahead and key that in. I know what I'm going to make it. I'm going to go Mother's-Day. Save. And the same with Father's Day. Edit. And right foot refresh, and then dream. So this is my dream bigger page, right? So and that's something we'll be touching base on Tuesday again, but wait for this to refresh. There we go. So I have all of mine done, and that's what it looks like. There's nothing that says it's got to be inputted. Everything is complete. And even if you don't have your page built, make a placeholder and get that done. Everybody that has the Vortex system, you want to get that stuff in there. Things are already running, and it's just going to go through the systematic part of that. All you got to do is make sure your page is there to represent everything. We're going to send people there. You know, we're going to send them to get more of the story, more of information, and it's all going through our PBS system, generating traffic. At a minimum, we're getting traffic. At a minimum, we're showing things. So it's a win-win-win across the board. And if you've got hundreds and then thousands and then tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands of prospects in that Vortex system, the amount of traffic alone this is going to help continually create is so worthwhile. So we just keep adding to it. And I'm talking group size, because, you know, if you're adding 2 to 3, 2 to 5 new positive responders every week consistently, things are going to happen. and you're going to be getting traffic. And when you put all the circular things that we have, we're creating revenue, getting awareness, and letting it go. And also because of the way we do additional marketing, if any of them come in through the PBS system, we can tie them to you and your organization because this tracking is all in place. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. So you want to be collecting that stuff. We get it in there. I guess I got to create this Father's Day thing, so I'll get on that. I'm going to go. One more thing in here, guys, is on these links, you can create separate ones that you track for, and then like you can see where it goes, right? Like, and you can create a QR code, and all that stuff is here, but you can create them and send them to different pages. But you always want to be going through this redirection service that goes there. It's multi-purpose, meaning we start everybody with the wine links, and then we rotate them to Velavita, to PBS, to the medical, to brain, to protection. And we're going to just rotate them through a series, and then go through Dream Bigger. There'll be a pause, and then we're going to have a way that we recalibrate them to a different message. And this is something that's just automated, done for you. It sends out SMS and emails, all personalized, by there. And we're going to make it available for you guys to see the messages going out. But its bottom line is get them to take action. Get them to buy the product, get them to try the product, hit them on different things. And this is all being done. So when you get a positive responder and you're adding them to your, I'm going to go there right now. I'm going to go to the CM, which is Contact Manager. So FMS Vortex CM. I want to add a contact down here on the bottom left, add contact, and I put as much information in as I have for them. And we hit save. And if you do have their Facebook information, put it in, but whatever you have, put in. If you know their time zone, put it in. Whatever you have for them, put in the system, right? And email is required, and I don't think mobile phone is even, so it's just a email address. Any issues with this, fire up to your MSI so we can get a trouble ticket. We've been working on this a lot, so I think we got through all the bugs, but we're constantly adding more stuff. You guys, this is a very complete system hitting everything. All right, I'll stop my share. All right, Shar. Unmute, Shar. I'm bringing you back on.
I'm here.
All right, so does that make sense to you, what I just did?
Oh, definitely. Say, that's what I was going to train in, but then I went in a different direction. But
I love your different direction. And you left a little bit of time for me today to cover this, so we're good. I just want everybody to see, like, you're just going to put stuff in there. You're going to add the contacts. And then in your Trello, when you put them, like, you should have a line in there that says in the FMS Vortex system or whatever else, just move they're there. And as long as we're all following what we teach as far as Trello and creating the cards and everything, we're going to track who they are. And we're going to be hitting them with, make money with the PBS, do all that stuff. We're just touch them in different ways that is going to work. It's just a matter of numbers. And we want to add more to the follow-up with everybody with this whole process. But I'm going to just stress, you want to be doing everything you can in V-marketing to create new additions to this every single week, if not every day. If you're doing 25 to 50 reach outs through V-marketing and you're creating 2, 3, 4, 5 responses and you're putting them in the system, this is literally like a savings account. Everything you throw in there is gaining, and they're getting hit, and they're getting hit. And the value comes when they make a purchase, right? Well, they might not make a purchase till the holidays next year, or 2 years, or 3 years from now, but it's all being automatically followed up for you by the system. So you're just banking stuff in, but consistently adding more in there and more in there and more in there. Consistency is going to become your friend. And you guys got to understand, in case you guys haven't put this together yet, Candy and I's lead systems that we've been having run for decades, it has a lot of this already kind of built into it, only it's just to get them in to be a student. So that's still going on. There's other follow-up systems still hitting them over and over and over again. And when they search for work from home or work at home, they're running into our ads all the time. this locks them in. So all that work you're doing to get them into the CM, even just to get a positive response to add to this, it's all going to pay off. It's all little things that move the needle of business. They're all things that are part of Ascension. We're just adding more and more Ascension programs because we can. And you guys have no idea what Peter has built for us in this. It is, you guys, I made so much money with autoresponders back in the day. And I don't like going back in the day, but I just got to tell you, seeing what the technology does today versus back then, this is incredible. And we all have it. And it's all based on our consensus. So, you know, we're gonna be investing with you. The more, like, we're paying money for every SMS that goes out. We're registered properly. You guys, it's a big deal on SMS now, and I want to talk about that. But we're sending SMSs out. We're sending emails. We're all whitelisted. We've done everything properly. We're literally paying to play. So if you've got thousands of leads being added in here, just so you know, that means that we're helping fund the entire thing above and beyond what you're spending to have the system. That's how we are. We barely, you know, we can come with you guys on this. So if you've got the basic system even, and if you got the full system, you need to write down, I need to get V-marketing contacts in there every week, every day. I mean, this should drive you. And even if you only can spend 20 minutes in V-marketing a day, you're going to start averaging 1 or 2 responses a day as you continue that. And that adds this to this machine and let it run. Like, you need to take advantage of this. I want you to take advantage of it in a big way. And I'm changing the messages all the time to get through. I'm taking care of all the dirty work of what it takes to do SMS and email marketing for everybody. I've been doing it for myself anyway, so I got to do it for everybody. And I got some good things hitting and stuff driving. And you guys, all you got to do is add them as a new contact, set it and forget it. That's it. Put them in the system, let the system do the follow-up. But you got to do that V marketing. You got to gain all that stuff in there and add them here. And so there's something else really cool happening. So all the commission structures, I got to get with Stacy, but everything that comes from the Catch Network Direct program, the commissions and the way they get added, it's done now. Everything gets automated here. No more manual work for us, other than we have to check and balance that, but we add it in here. It'll show up in your back office, and it'll say it'll tell you it's from the kiosk offers. So when it says kiosk offer commission, that's what that is. Now here's how the commissions work. Okay, you guys, we made it super simple. So the calculations are amazing. So standard commissions we get typically is 10%, not 2.5, not 5, it's 10. We argue our standpoint for what we deliver. And then we have extra commission in there that's paid out to the organization. This is the first time ever affiliate marketing's been combined into a network marketing platform that I know of. And it was not like super easy. Okay, but it's done. So what happens is, let's say you got $200 in commissions. All right, and you guys, this is on the ERC program as well. All right, so we have a lot of stuff coming in on that. But let's say that your commissions are $200. You're going to get $200 paid to you through the DTCA program, right? You'll get paid that through the system we have, which is Pay Quicker, which is almost up, guys. Wow, the stuff they go through, but everybody's getting paid. But here's the thing: if you get $200 in commissions, you also have $200 in BV entered into the system for everybody. So it's dollar for dollar commission to BV off of our affiliate kiosk sales. So it'll be easier to explain, but basically you want your team building, you want them promoting and building their PBS and getting traffic, because all those sales add up and it benefits everybody. So we make more money as instructors helping our students, and so on and so forth. The pay it forward things in stride, and it's not going to be a manual headache anymore. Peter's programmed it all into here. We just have a check and balance, but you know, the more we're making on that, and you guys, we have a lot of people that get started and they make little incomes here and there. That's how stuff goes. I want to point out something. I've been doing a lot of training with my VIPs, and I had somebody bring it up to me, like, you guys, if you were to have a business, like a brick and mortar business, your overheads are tremendous, right? You got lights and, rent and all that stuff that adds up to it, right? You need more customers to be positive. We don't have those costs, yet we have the reach to get customers in so many ways. And it only takes a few customers to become profitable with what we have. So, you got to build up that energy and get that stuff going. But if you were to treat it like a real business, you should be focusing on, I need hundreds of customers to make this worth my time. What am I going to do to get hundreds of customers? And if you just do V marketing every day and you add people to this system every day, you're going to get hundreds of customers. As you perfect your skill set on the BRT, which is probably the most important thing we teach, is how to have a great conversation and how to, have a meaningful conversation where you're gaining information and building trust together. That is probably the most important thing we teach. It probably is, because that makes us better at communicating, which makes us better at writing, which makes us better at looking at how marketing works to answer problems and questions that people have. All that is going to get more and more perfected, right, as we do it. And the art of the conversation, it's one of those things that, people just don't do it anymore. We have technology blocking it in the way. And so we get to reach out and give people a real human connection. And that is the high touch that will never die. The more we perfect that, the more we do that, you guys, we had Jason O'Toole on. Jason, I see you're still here. If you can pop on for a second. This guy he knows what it takes to get what he wants to get, and he loves to help people, that he's so willing. He will literally talk to anybody. And not everybody is like that. He's an old school networker, right? And we love to do that. I mean, I know Jason. There you are, Jason. You guys are, Tanya. You can ask Tanya. I can't go to the. I can't, dude. I still think you're older than me. I think. Yeah, we're up there, man. We're up there, buddy. So here's the thing, right? Is I can go to the hot tub, and there could be one person in that hot tub. He's going to get pitched something, and it's going to be his idea to get pitched, because I just know how to present myself to where they get interest. And by the way, guys, this is a conversation magnet. If you don't want people to ask you about it, put it underneath your shirt, because if you wear it out here, it always brings up conversation. I think I'm going to start wearing. I almost want to wear two of them. One like here, one a little longer, double the protection. It is it brings up conversation. And I get questions like this. How much is that? That's a buying question. I don't even talk to them about price yet. There's like, what is it? I tell them what it does. And I say, and I just feel better wearing it. They're like, how much is that? Seriously? I love that question. So I'm going to tell you this.
Rory, if I can. We were in the hot tub the other night, you guys, and he took up, he had his watch on there. The lady, well, she happens to be, what is it? She's a, what is she? She's a physical therapist.
Yeah.
Physical therapist. And she's like, what is that watch? So then Rory starts going just a little bit into it, and done. She's sold. He's reeling it in. The guy can't help himself, you guys. Everything we have is just to connect with people and help them too. So he's like probably sold 20 of these watches, like just in one conversation. That's my husband. Thank you. Oh, he was supposed to be hanging out with me, by the way, but it's okay. It's okay, because I understand.
She gives us, like, she rolls her eyes because she knows it's going to go there. But I don't initiate too much conversation. I let them come to me, because when they're asking, there's an art to it. And I was just like, going through this. And so you guys, when we do our live events, we're going to really focus on the BRT and break it down more. I've been realizing, I'll always throw this out there. Ever since Candace Gunstream has been asking me to give more details, I've been thinking more details. The details of the BRT, the things that I haven't taught you guys, I'm going to teach you guys. I'm going to break it down into very methodical detail, because what I've found as we deal with a lot of different personalities is those details are what gives people confidence to do the little things, and having that extra understanding helps, especially those of us that are very knowledge based. or blueprint based, it helps to understand why we do things in a certain way. So I'm going to really dive in on that. So Stacy, we have the sheet for the MSIs for who's attending Dallas 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yes. And can you clarify, because I've had a few people come to me saying they need to be taken off that list because something I think was said on a Velavita call that it is, I think they're mixing up the Cancun leaders only trip.
They are.
Through 7th, and 5th through 7th is everybody who's a Velavita member, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we're going over head counts with this with Costa on Friday of next week. And so I want to make sure we get all our numbers in accurately on that. But we're going to be on that 7th, which is Sunday. That's BRT training. And I'm going to just stress, if there's one thing that I focus on this year, it is getting more BRT training to everybody. You know, we have Niall that does it. He's going to be doing it here later today, and you hear it done. But we're going to really analyze what happens in the BRT process, why we ask the questions the way we do. I'm going to really break it down on the 7th. It's going to take the bulk of that day. I'm going to literally break down the conversation points and the skill set behind it. And so bring a nice empty notebook. You're going to be feeling it. And if you can perfect the BRT for you, right? It needs to be personalized for you. Like the way I do it is going to be very similar to everybody else, but we all have different personalities that we can put into it. And we got to be ourselves. And the more you're yourself and understand the process, the easier the BRT is. When you feel like you're reading a script or you're being held to a certain script, you actually can't let yourself out. And letting yourself out allows you to connect with that person even more. And that's something that I have a huge advantage of because I do this in my sleep. That's because I've done it so long, right? It's practice makes progress and your expertise grows, right? And you know, again, we're building these incredible skill sets that allows you to be an incredible marketer, but it's also going to make you a better marketing writer. It's going to make you a better relationship person because you're going to be able to voice yourself a lot better and also get to understand them and get them to open up. The art of a conversation is one of the most powerful things ever. I can tell you, Jason adapts his conversation. I've seen it with the person he talks to as well. And, you know, he's got that, what do you call it? He has a very addictive, high energy persona, right? And so what's good about that is people like that. People like high energy. They like to be around that and that enthusiasm. And his is natural. It's easy for him to get like I am. It's easy to get fired up because we're already passionate about something and we just know how to learn all that stuff. And you know, he's talking to you guys about building the story, and that helps you be more you, right? Like when I'm talking about Velavita, I've lost 54 pounds, right? It's not like I don't think it works. It's like it's changed my life.
Product story.
Exactly. But when I bring up my Velavita story, there isn't anybody that doesn't want to try it because they're like, wow, this guy really likes it. And everybody knows somebody that needs to lose weight. And it helps. But also, there is no fake in my voice when I talk about it. It is absolutely, and you know, you guys have seen me just slim down. I've lived it. But to share that story with that enthusiasm makes a difference. And that comes into my BRTs as well. It comes into my second session part, right? It comes into the second session and it makes a huge difference. But, you know, we've got people with so many testimonials on product, and I'm just going to bring it up there on the DTC side. That's what we're doing. We're direct to consumer. We have testimonials on the wine. We have testimonials on the Velavita. We got testimonials on our watches. We have testimonials on our protein popcorn, which I sold a bunch more yesterday because, you know, Jason, it's freaking the bomb and it ships to Canada.
Send me, I'll put it in with my wine.
Yeah, I can't do without that either. Have to have it.
Was
that Shar?
I have to have the popcorn.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, we have other things coming at us we're gonna be adding, but we get it off of these cool things, and they're all adoring to what we have, right? They're all adoring, and you know, and we're building this amazing direct to consumer solution. Our distribution path is so solid, and the thing about it is we just got to get better at explaining it to more people. That's the skill set. That's what we get to pour in. So on that 7th of May 7th. So May 5th, which is Cinco de Mayo, is the 3-year anniversary for Bella Vita, which is kind of cool, right? Cinco de Mayo always has a holiday for us now. Not that it didn't before. I think I've traditionally drank a lot of tequila on the 5th of May every year. I don't know when I haven't, but anyway. So the 5th of May, the 6th of May is going to be another training day, and then the 7th is our day, BRT training, and then and this is our big event for this part of the year. So we want to make sure we're pushing those numbers. I need to pull that up, and we'll go through it again on Tuesday, right? We'll cover it again on Monday. We'll cover it again on Tuesday. And then we're going to start driving this, but I'm going to just put this out there. The BRT training that we're going to do on the 7th of May, it's in person. It's going to be far more important for anybody, especially if you're brand new. You want that training. It's going to be very in depth, and it's going to get past a lot of people's mental hurdles. And so we're going to really break down some things on that. And then we're going to really open up some more things. And we've got a very set process. Also, we're going to be doing even more training on that stuff and breaking it down. That's why we have our bank training for CSIs and above, so that once you learn how to do it, we're going to help you get better and better at it. But you can't learn how to get better until you fell forward. Like, you don't know how bad you are or how good you are until you start doing something. And then you can get better at it. And then you have a gauge on what makes you better and how to learn all that. And I'll just put you in marketing education. Jason, I'm going to bring you in because you've been around a lot. How much have you spent in masterminds, in specific training to be a better speaker? How much have you spent time, energy, and money, would you say, in the past 30 years? You can think about it for a second.
In the past 30 years, $1,642,000, I think, is the number that you're looking for. No, about $1 million, Rory.
Yeah, easy, right? Like you spend it up there like.
We spent $250,000 to hire John C. Maxwell for 18 hours of his time. That gave us about 6 hours personal coaching with him, about 20 hours with our inner circle, and then he showed up at 2 of our leadership events in 1 year. So that kind of money we're used to throwing out for personal development, personal training, but we always did every event together. So we would go as teams, like 100 people. We bought, I think, $300,000 we spent on Tony Robbins in one shot, just to pre-buy all this stuff for our leaders to give away for tickets, for prizes, and then they could buy them from us. So we had reserves for it. So that's 600 grand right there, Rory, alone, and 2 people. And yeah, we did that for 10 years, never missed an event, always went to all the stuff, but then we learned from each other, most importantly, through the corporate events, Rory. So hearing you on a call like this versus hearing you on stage is going to have a very different feel, and it'll make all of this, I guarantee you, it'll change the whole perspective of Rory, everything that he's talking about, because when you see him on stage and he's training from that element of things, it just comes off differently. You learn different things. You're in a different mindset. You're around different people, and you don't know what you're going to learn before you're going to learn it. And you can only do it by being there. So yeah, it's all about personal growth. Roy, I always say it's 10% skill set and 90% mindset. 10% skill set and 90% mindset. And everything that you're doing here, guys, no offense, Rory, but this is all skill set. The mindset stuff. Now, you need the 10% to win. Without the 10%, there is no 90%. But so you have all the skill set here and all the technology, and now it's just the mindset, that feeling that you have, that urge, that desire, that push that you have, and all that comes from personal development, personal coaching, training, and going to events. There's no such thing as motivation. If motivation worked, there'd be no such thing as motivational speaking. So it really comes down to you getting good at creating that internal drive for yourself, which is all personal development, Rory.
Well said. And that's why the live events are like super critical, because there's no way to give the same energy on a Zoom as you can in a live room. You can't. And also, I started at the last Bella Vita event, I did that manifestation and launched everything from the room before we had the bank training and all that stuff on there. And that I can't do that the same here. Like, I can try, it's not the same. That energy is just different. And there was a buzz, there was a ringing buzz during the time I was doing that was so powerful. It was awesome. We're going to get that again in the room. Everybody's on that same focus. We get to focus on that first.
Just
Yeah.
felt, even you describing it, I could feel the energy. That was great.
Yeah, well, you've been to the meetings, like, and I was able to do that, and we're gonna have a pretty good setting. That's why we, and if you've been to the meetings, you get it. If you haven't, you don't get it. You've got to go there to get it. You have to. And so we're gonna really stress some things. Tanya and I are gonna be making more announcements as we come through. We're gonna make some shifts that gets more people to the events to get this training, because this is where it's what Jason has said, 90% is mindset. Well, that mindset comes from being in the environment to create the mindset. You can read it all you want, you can hear it all you want, but the combination of being around people that are truly doing it, that can connect at this energy level, that's not the spoken word, it's the energy word. It's a power of transferring absolute belief and confidence to somebody else. It just doesn't work over electronics. There's something magical that has to be belly to belly.
Rory, it's not a spectator sport is kind of how I summarize that. You're not going to get great at playing football sitting in the stands. You're not going to get great at hockey watching the person take the shot after shot after shot. It's a doing sport. The only way you can do it, as Rory said so beautifully, is you can only do it by failing forward. So you've got to get excited about failing, and you've got to appreciate the no's. You've got to love what it takes to get up and take a swing, but you can't do it from the stands.
You guys, I can tell you, when I've tested new things out, you fell and fell and fell, and you tweak and tweak and tweak, and then you get it, right? It's a process. And no matter how good you are, when you launch something new, or you look to, like, even when I'm writing a new page on something, it's not always going to be great out the gates. Even if I think it is, you still got to test on it, right? And it's always going to be that way, because there's elements that just don't make sense sometimes. There's actually, in marketing, there's a lot of not logical responses that don't make sense until you've been in it for a long time and realize where it comes from. And so even I have to just test things forward all the time, always. Well, Tanya and I know how this goes on the marketing aspect. So you guys, when we fund your marketing, we start everybody with the V marketing, the standard V marketing leads, because they have, we know that you're going to be learning the habits, getting the patterns down, and you're going to be failing forward. We know you will fail forward. It's already part of our planning. It's already part of our investment into you as a family member here to learn the skill sets. You can't learn it without doing it, right? You can't just watch somebody ride a bike and just jump on and get going. You can watch them ride the bike, get the fundamentals, it makes sense. You still got to get on the bike and still go through the wobbles and figure out why your muscles got to be stronger to hold yourself up. All those things are developed by doing it. And it's just like Jason, this isn't a spectator sport. It really, you got to get into it. And here's what else isn't a spectator sport: knocking out your dreams one after another, and achieving those. Life is not a spectator sport. And unfortunately, it feels like a lot of people don't plug in. You need to plug in. There's a beautiful world to see. You've got the vehicles to get it done. And I said the vehicle, right? Triple R247 represents a vehicle. There's not just one path to get there. There's multiple paths that allow us to get there, and lets us take advantage of timing, placement, what's going on in the world all the time, so we can focus on the hot, relevant stuff and let everything else just fall into place. The system is amazing. Okay, Niall, should we take a 5-minute break?
That's a great idea. Yes, let's do it.
Okay, let's do a 5-minute break, and then Niall's going to come on and teach you guys the V marketing BRT by watching him do it. And then just keep in mind, if you're hesitating on doing the BRT, right? You're hesitating on doing the V marketing. You're afraid. Some of you, I know, you're like, I hope no one answers the phone. I don't want to say anything. I'm going to do the work, but I don't want anybody to answer the phone, because, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? Right? Well, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person anyway. You've got a script you can kind of fumble through. But this is why coming to May 7th and going through solid hours of BRT training, it's gonna bridge those rough areas for everybody in understanding. And then we can go through it all. And I'm going to really break down the A to B to C to D to E to F of that BRT process, so that when you guys are talking to the student leads that are coming in, your ratios will be better, because you'll know how to present, because we're going to get rid of the things that are holding you up. I can break it down. And that's what we're going to do May 7th. So Jason, you're like shocked when we say, like, we get 1 in 3 on a presentation.
Wow.
Can I tell you something? The leads are coming in want what we have. We should be getting a 1 in 1, because we just got to present properly.
Then how are you screwing up the other two?
It's all in understanding how to present to them, right? This is why we do that. This is why we do the
I'm
bank
just
training.
teasing. Yes, it's
Oh.
amazing, Rory. It's a freaking insane.
but here's the thing that I don't think a lot of people understand is like you understand the power of leads, and you spent a lot of money in leads over the years.
Yeah.
And you know what we have here, that is how we met. But it's, I think that's how I meet everybody, is through the lead process, to be honest.
Yeah.
But everybody here, they have all they can eat leads for them that want what we have. All they got to do is answer the phone, call, connect, work with those people coming in. That's all they have. Speaking of which, I have a hot lead coming in right now. So 5 minutes, guys. We'll be right back here.
Do you guys do blitzes together? Like I used to do calls like this all the time, and we'd all take a 5-minute break and we'd all go and roll somebody and come back and compare conversations. You guys should be able to enroll like 40 people on any given Saturday. Does everybody here have leads, Rory?
Somebody beat me. Everybody here has access to all the leads they can eat. Like if anybody here says, I don't know who to talk to, liars.
So Rory, did that lead that you just got go to everybody and someone else just called it?
No, we have inbound teams. Somebody beat me to it.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, so we have inbound calls coming in all the time. That's what we call our Goya system. We have a VIP system inbound, and then we have our dial pad inbound system, which that's what that was. And we're constantly reaching out. And when the leads want to come into us, they can call us anytime to get going. But we're also we're proactive. So we're just creating more and more systems like that. And so as long as everybody learns how to do the BRT, you're going to get better the next one you do. The second BRT will be better than your third and your fourth and your fifth. And if you have the right person you're speaking to, that takes a lot of the heavy work out of it. Jason's used to talking people into things that had no idea he was coming. Here comes this happy Jason, hits them up, shows them some stuff, gets them excited and go. And that's a fun thing to do. But we have people that want to make money online. They want to make money posting ads. They want to be part of this online affiliate thing that we have. We just got to show them how it works and then walk them through it. And we all know it's great, right? We all know that it's great. By the way, let's see, we got a few minutes coming here. So Jason, we all got to watch. This is where everybody's going to be. I'm going to take this off recording, actually. Let's see.